Let's get everything kind of pumping today, man.
Finally, man. It's about time. It is about time.
For sure. Some of these scams really been pumping the hardest, though. We got some of these 20% movers on the day today. Aptos, H bar, some of these smaller caps.
20% is 20%, as I say.
Hey, if only I was holding that. Yeah, you got to press the red button here when this rally's over. That's where the real money is.
Big Kyle. Hold on one second.
All right, cool. While we're waiting for Kyle, it's 2:06, so we'll just get started, man. I hope everybody having a great Friday. StripperVille fam, what's going on? I'm TG3. I'm the co-founder of Visionary Studios. I'm here with Jasper. He's another one of our co-founders.
What's up, guys?
And yeah, we're just super stoked to meet you guys. Start kind of getting the ball rolling on some of the things we want to do here. So we'll give you guys a little background about ourselves. I'm based here in New York. I'm in Brooklyn. I'm an attorney. I've been in crypto since maybe 2015. Just kind of speculatively investing. I've been a professional in the space since 2020. And aside from co-founding Visionary, I also manage a team of developers. We got a development back office, full stack stuff. So, blockchain dev, front end, back end, mobile development, do everything. So excited to bring those guys here and start kind of cranking out some of our proposed roadmap items. Jasper, if you want to introduce yourself.
Yeah, what's going on, guys? My name's Jasper. Also co-founder over at Visionary Studios. Been in the crypto space for about 4 years now. Web2, I own an asset management company focusing mainly on property management, real estate, and met TG3 and formed Visionary Studios with another 5 of our buddies, lifelong friends who saw the potential of Web3 and what it has to offer to creating not only small business ventures but producing projects that we think can really change the way things have been done in the past. So yeah, super excited meeting up with Ophir and everybody, the team, Baba, Trout. Love the community you guys currently have, and we're really stoked to be a part of it.
Yeah, for sure. And some of the some background about Visionary. We are trying to build, or we have been since we've started this kind of group. We're trying to build projects, like Jasper was saying, that kind of mirror existing Web2 processes, that kind of fill in the inefficiencies or the gaps in those processes. One of the big things that we try to do is use technology to meet kind of our consumers where they are already. I think that when people talk about the bridge, and people wax poetic about the bridge between Web 2 and Web 3, it's going to come and we saw it with like Reddit NFTs here on Polygon. Like, people didn't really know they were using NFTs. They didn't know they were setting up a wallet. They didn't know that they were using cryptocurrency, and they were loving it. They were buying, they were spending, they were making their own NFTs. And, I think that there's a hugely untapped market, a lot of potential, just kind of waiting for the right projects that can act as this bridge. And it's not easy. It's complicated. It's technically complicated. But at Visionary, we're working on ways to make it accessible. One of the first projects that we rolled out that we're super stoked about is the Hungry Robot Chicken Club. If you guys live in New York City, if anyone lives in New York, there's a restaurant called Sticky's Finger Joint. They got 14 locations. All of them are in Manhattan. I think they just opened a new one up in Yonkers, so a little bit up there. But we built out like a restaurant rewards pass, a digital restaurant rewards pass. That's an NFT. It generates points. You can use it to buy one, get one free chicken baskets and sandwiches and sauces for pickup or delivery, using Uber Eats or using Seamless, right, in these type of delivery methods. And we were able to achieve that through a partnership with Lunchbox, which is a digital POS provider. They provide us with codes, and we use the NFTs as kind of a conduit for the restaurant rewards. Just an example of where we thought would be really cool for NFTs to be in there. And it's worked out great. Tons of open interests, tons of real IRL kind of activations. Another project that we've been developing for a while that we're working on is a project called Good Vibrations. We're building out a consumer product line of health and wellness products. And you're going to be able to buy those using a native token that you're going to get through staking. It's going to provide discounts and kind of exclusive access to merchandise and products. Another third one I'll discuss here real quick is Feels by Kenzie Taylor. Kenzie Taylor is like a pretty well-known adult actress, and she has a sexual health and wellness line, and we have a token-gated custom marketplace for her sexual health and wellness products like lubricants and sex toys and stuff like that. She's also one of the managers she's part of the management group of Motley Models, which is like a big porn talent agency group. And so we're able to leverage those connections for, marketing and advertising for the CPG products. We also have token gated. She has a podcast where she kind of interviews other porn stars, and some of it's a little bit sexy for YouTube and stuff like that. So we have token gated streaming for her. These are all just processes that we thought would be supplemented by NFT technology. It's not your classic staking and breeding and art upgrade NFT meta project, but we don't think that NFTs are going to look like this or look like that and kind of do that meta for the next. I don't see that lasting much longer than the next year or so.
And with StripperVille, we found that some of our pre-existing projects such as Feels or Hungry Robot, that back-end tech we felt had a ton of synergy with what we with the potential that we see in StripperVille, whether it be using the talent from Feels for marketing purposes with StripperVille, but also using that back-end tech that we did for Stickies with possible hospitality rewards, in real life benefits as far as working connections that the StripperVille team and others in our portfolio have with locations around Las Vegas, nightclubs, restaurants, strip clubs, things of that nature. So we saw a ton of potential there with StripperVille and the pre-existing portfolio projects that we currently have under our umbrella, which is what got us so excited about this.
For sure, yeah, and excellent points, Jasper. And this was definitely something. And before we go any further, I guess Kyle, if you want to introduce yourself. Sorry, I was just rapping there for a minute.
No, sorry, I was late to the show. Hey, everybody, I'm Kyle. Be jamming. I like sharks as well, so you always see me with a shark profile. I've been working with these guys for a good while now, and excited to be involved with this community and this project, and kind of taking it in a new direction, elevated direction. I don't know how you best describe it, but excited.
For sure. Thanks, Kyle. So yeah, much to Jasper's point, there's a lot of synergy between some of the groups that we're working with already, and what StripperVille kind of embodies, and where we see it kind of moving in the next year or 2 years. And I think that starts with just a basic rebrand. I think we need to kind of switch that up a little bit and make it fresh. I'm going to go with, we have like a marketing, or we have like a branding expert kind of on our team that we work with, R-Dubs. And we're going to have him kind of look at this and kind of see what's going on in the space and do a little update and modernize a bit the brand direction. That's going to kind of flow in like all of that, the kind of new visuals and the new kind of way that we're going to position ourselves here. It's going to flow into the rest of the utility that we're developing. I spoke about this pretty extensively in some of the chats, the migration. We feel like having a custom side chain with Strip, it's awesome. It also kind of leaves us on an island away from the rest of the community. And some of our institutional partners that we work with in the past our institutional partners that we plan on working with in the future. Most of them have expressed interest in the migration as well, for security purposes and integration purposes. It's also an onboarding thing. When somebody buys, making them read kind of a big graphic about how to install a sidechain and transfer their assets over. It's not the most user-friendly onboarding experience into the project. So we're working on that, working with the Blockwell guys as well. We're going to get the game assets over to Polygon. And I think it's going to help with a lot of kind of integrations and partnerships and some other stuff. The game redesign and redeployment, we're going to update and kind of reskin some of the mechanics. We've worked with the prior team pretty extensively with their existing games and existing code that they had. But we're going to be deploying that. We initially wasn't really part of our plan, but just listening to feedback from what you guys were saying, apparently a lot of folks really like the game. So we're going to kind of figure out a way to just redeploy that, improve it a little bit, redeploy it on Polygon with new assets and kind of a new direction. We're also developing a bunch of casino style games, like card games, dice, stuff like that. You'll be able to play these with Strip Coin. And that's going to come. We plan on Q1. We're still kind of, like, as we said before, still kind of trying to figure everything out, but I think that's going to have some updated direction and updated assets, kind of be reskinning some of these games. And then the other action item that we have for the other two action items we have for the first quarter here, the first 2 quarters, elevated high-end, low supply merchandise. We have a couple of providers that we've worked with in the past that have near field communication tags they can weave into fibers. A lot of the utility that we have from our institutional partners is IRL utility. Think about strip club owners, nightclub owners, hotels, restaurants, all of these things in Las Vegas. These can all be token gated using, like, obviously mobile wallets, QR code scanning, like near field communication on your phone. They can also be token gated by weaving near field communication tags into like a hoodie or a wristband or a t-shirt or something like that. So I'm definitely going to kind of leverage those connections that we have already and start building out these kind of IRL integrations and IRL activations. The other one is marbles. So we talked a little bit about marbles. We have marble assets here in in StripperVille. There's a project that kind of builds out or has built out a Web3 solution for marble racing. We're going to work with them. We're going to just use it as kind of a way to activate these existing marble assets that we have. It didn't sit right with us when we were kind of scoping out the project, that there was a whole set of assets that were deployed that aren't being utilized right now properly. And then we also have a voxelized collection that you guys have seen sneak peeks of, and we're trying to figure out the right way to drop those. It's a 10K collection. I don't think right now we could sell out a 10K collection if we had a mint. We also don't think it's a good way to build the community by just airdropping them all to everybody. It's not going to bring anybody new into the space. And so we have a couple things lined up for what we want to do with that. One idea that we're kind of kicking around, and one option that we have is through the phygital passes. You're able to sell physical cards or physical membership passes that have AR integration. And so it might be a good way to integrate these AR voxel assets. We also have a game development studio that we work with extensively. Some of the guys that are in our institutional founder group that are advising and helping with this handoff for StripperVille have access to a lot of IRL game spaces, event spaces. And so just kind of scaling it up and building it up and using the next collection as a way to expand the community. Obviously, the OG StripperVille collection gets priority. It gets the most attention and will have the most utility going forward. That's how we believe it should be. And so there will be benefits for the voxel collection given to the OG. There will be benefits for Marble Sub given to OG collection. But we still need to expand the community a little bit. So those are kind of some of the things we're kicking around here. Some of the other items on the roadmap that we can talk about, I guess, the strip market. If you look at some of the other projects that we've done, we have all this kind of infrastructure built out. Think about a multi-vendor system. If any of our institutional partners in Las Vegas, they give away hotel rooms, they do flights, they do tables, they do free VIP sections, bottles at the club, stuff like that. This can be token gated behind a marketplace, multi-vendor, as I stated before, all with StripperVille, NFTs being the gate that allows you to access this exclusive suite of deals from our partner institutions. So we're excited to roll that out. All of this is kind of Las Vegas centric, but so is the project. And then from there, it's really the sky is the limit, right? After we kind of build out this IRL activation and token gating, we're able to bring in some of our institutional partners, familiarize them with what we want to do with the project. Obviously, events and conferences have a major presence at all these NFT NYC, all these NFT and crypto kind of conferences. We're definitely going to be there. We're going to have StripperVille front and center. And then we're thinking about the next generation of what these games look like. Obviously, there's the gamified staking aspect. You can have that as a web browser. But what does that look like on mobile? What does that look like as an application? What does that look like as an XNFT app or something? There's a lot of options that we can work with going forward. We are on the cutting edge of where Ethereum and Polygon and a lot of these other chains are moving, and we love being kind of like beta testers for a lot of these new utilities. I can say myself personally love doing this. So definitely going to push the envelope, try to get as much exposure as we can for emerging tech within the blockchain space. And then definitely try to develop like a mobile solution. I think that'd be really awesome. Something that will allow you to earn strip on the go, so you don't really need to be glued to the computer all day. I think that's one of the ways that we're really going to expand. One of the ways that we're going to be able to push not just StripperVille, but the entire Web3 kind of crypto community forward is by increasing accessibility in that regard. So I know we just chopped it up for a little bit and kind of went through the roadmap, some of the things we want to do. Is there any, if anybody has any questions at any time, feel free to raise your hand. We could bring you up here and we could talk about it a little bit. Our game development studio has developed over 200 games for 150 different clients with over 10 million downloads on the App Store, both Apple and like all the other OS, I guess. And we're stoked to bring that here. Obviously, those were just Web2 front-end applications, games, but adding wallet connectivity is a low lift, especially for Polygon integration. And so, we're definitely stoked to be able to leverage what we've done and kind of the development team we have and the communities that we've built, and all kind of bring that to make sure that this project is successful and is able to achieve its vision over the next couple of years. Let's check out Stripper chat. If anyone, you guys can definitely tag me with any questions either if you don't want to raise your hand and come up here and chat. What kind of game models do we currently have in mind? Well, there's the gamified staking StripperVille game, which you guys know and love already. We're going to just kind of improve the gameplay mechanics on that. Instead of maybe seasonal, make it something that's on an ongoing basis. And like the airdrops were being processed manually. That's not something we're interested in doing going forward. In the interest of efficiency, we've created like a faucet. If you have an NFT, you're going to be able to tap that on a daily basis to get your airdrop claims. We think that's going to just create it and make it a little more self-sufficient. And then the other games, the casino style games, is pay strip to enter into a poker game, play strip to play blackjack and stuff like that. And then future game models like applications. I mean, again, the sky's the limit. I know that there's Stripper Pro Wrestling in here. Shout out to Stripper Pro Wrestling. Like there could be a Smash Brothers that we build. Like there could be like a strip Mario and Mario Party style games. Like we can really, the sky's the limit, and we can do anything we want with this. I don't think we're going to come to a decision on that right now, though. Like I think that's something that we're going to have to talk about. Obviously, take the temperature, see what you guys are interested in, because we have things that we're interested in, but that doesn't mean that everyone's interested in them. Definitely need to get community input on that. So. I like the idea of using these voxelized strippers in a Super Smash Brothers style game. I think that'd be hilarious.
That'd be fucking awesome. Club Avocado, are there legal issues with the gambling aspects? I'll let you touch on it.
Sure. Yeah, I mean, no, there's not. There's no dollar amount assigned to these strip coins. These are a utility token. So, it's not monetized whatsoever. So there's no issues. Now, if we deploy like a fat LP in there, might be a different issue, but I don't even think there's any operational funds to deploy a fat LP anyways. Plus, people deploy LPs after the coin's been out as a utility token for a while, just so somebody can drain it. Like, not interested there. Plans for use of the strip coin? Yeah, you're going to be able to use strip coin in those casino style games we were just talking about before. It's also going to have, you're also going to be able to use it in the gamified staking that you guys have been accustomed to. We're going to continue to kind of utilize that there. And then we're going to have strip integration for the marketplace that we plan on building. It's not going to be a dollar amount that's attached to these coins, but they're going to offer you discounts and promotions and access for holding a specific amount, or for exchanging it in. Think about having like a discount code or a promo code. When strip coin used to buy new bikinis, yeah, that's definitely on the roadmap item for the marketplace, man. I'm interested in. See, I got 1 million strip coin. I can redeem it for a free club at a free table at the club. That's what I'm interested in doing. Besides the faucet, yeah, that's the dream, right? Besides the faucet, you're gonna be able to get it from playing the games and from the casino style games, as well as the gamified staking game. Let's see. What else we got here? With the rebrand, the actual NFTs are going to be rebrand design. No, we're going to keep the NFT assets the same. We're just talking about kind of like the way the game looks, the way the social media assets look, the way that the website looks, stuff like that. Moving more towards like a gentleman's club energy is what we're working with, but none of us are the branding specialist, and so we're going to stick with our guns here after we do that. Is there a plan for Sandbox? Yeah, I mean, the former team developed all these assets on Sandbox. We have all the assets, right? I mean, they're all there. But Sandbox been jerking you guys off, or jerking everybody off, really. So I think that the whole team kind of got a little fed up. They've also like promised a lot, and they gave a lot of specific dates, which we're never going to do that. We're not like date people. We're like energy people. I'm like, yeah, we can get it done in this quarter. That's great, but any type of hard date's going to be broken or fudded. So we know that from experience.
Yeah, I say with the assets, speaking on, these are 3D models that are rigged and ready. So outside of Sandbox, it does have a lot of use, especially in game development or creating little animations, things like that. It's not beholden to Sandbox's kind of world. So
yeah,
there's still a lot of use for those.
Great point. The former team made it clear to make the assets interoperable, and there's plenty of other protocols that we can integrate with. But that's a voxel plan. Like, and to heading to the moon's question, what's the plan to grow the community? Like, that's our one big opportunity here, is with a new launch, kind of with a new collection, and new integrations. And we think that's going to help expand the community. The game itself, like, that's cool. I think it'll probably expand the community a little bit, not much. The gamified staking as it stands today is pretty, I want to say like early crypto gaming, is the energy that we're getting from it. It's not really playable. It's kind of passive, like an idle game. We're going to find ways to spruce it up, make it more interesting in that regard, make it more competitive in that regard. The feedback we've gotten around the game has been like amazing. Folks in the advisory chat and folks in the strippers chat have all chimed in with feedback, downfalls, shortcomings. They said it turned into a couple thousand person game to a 7-person game only with the club owners. There's a lot of mechanics that we're going to need to rework around there. And so
I do also think that, as far as community building and community growth, our goal is to have that happen naturally and kind of organically with this rebrand. As we spruce up the image of StripperVille and kind of reintroduce it to the community and to those interested in getting involved with a project like this with these new offerings. Our hope and why we're doing this is that rebrand should draw some eyes in the unique offerings that we're planning on putting together for you guys. So that rebrand, we're hoping, will also lend itself to growing StripperVille as a community as well.
for sure. Yeah, maybe the Vox collection ends up on Polygon. Yeah, good question. But I think the one opportunity we have with that the voxelized assets are the fact that they are rigged for like movement and motion and for interoperability. Like it'd be great to integrate these voxel assets in other games that other people are building. But that just comes down to partnership and accessibility. So rework the mechanics, yeah, definitely. We've already began kind of doing that, and who's like got really good insight and input for that. Yeah, StripperVille on other side. I could see that happening. The Blockwell guys, great insight into the mechanics. He's kind of got a vision for what that looks like, so we're happy to take his input and work with him there.
Yeah, he had some good insight on improvements for that whole kind of game mechanic and what the game could be. So we're still chatting with him and can definitely rework that.
So the contract itself isn't really, we're not like far away from terms for the contract, but it's really tough for us. So like, obviously I've been chilling in here, chit-chatting, like chopping it up with everybody. And that's like the extent of what I can do until we have like money. Like there's no treasury here there's no treasury being handed off to us. Our developers don't work for free. So that type of stuff we're just trying to figure out, like, we're kind of in limbo with that right now. We had a meeting with the team earlier today regarding some of the payouts. And hey, free developers, that's shitty work. So enjoy that. Or you get all your shit stolen. Yeah, we had like a pretty productive meeting earlier today with the guys, and we're expecting it early next week, actually. So I'd say probably by the end of next week, we'll have things actually rolling. But again, it's kind of a thing where our hands are tied. We like can't have my dev team really do too much. Again, been in crypto for a while, been yoinked a couple times, like, so we're just like not gonna have anybody go out on a limb and really do too much development work without being able to pay them. I hate having people work for free. Good dev's not easy. That's true. Luckily, we have some like pretty competent team that's pretty well versed, and it's like family members of people that we work with. So it's all kind of, there's a certain amount of trust there that's in place. Yeah, the Romanian devs, I'll tell you what, dragging their feet. Hard to get in contact with, hard to mail us stuff, or hard to send us code. Got access to the GitHub and everything like that, ripped it, forked everything. And yeah, our team moves fast, for sure, when they dev stuff. We'll definitely keep open lines of communication regarding any type of development efforts that we have in the interest of transparency. Any questions in general, chat? Avocado doesn't know who Kenzie Taylor is. You should do some research. Google, but not at work, only at home. Yeah, 18 plus, yeah. And yes, Kenzie's been going around and, she's at every booth at AVN and some of the, yeah, that's her stroker. She's got a custom stroker right there. She's going around all these porn conventions and stuff like that with the table booth, and she's talking about Fields, she's talking about her product, she's talking about Visionary, and so the word's getting out there. Stoked. Yes. Apparently, fleshlight is like a trademarked term, so if it's not a fleshlight brand, then it's called a stroker. Learn something new every day. What is that? Yeah. Another Google, but only at home. What is the utility of StripCoin? The utility of StripCoin, as it stands right now, is that you're able to utilize it in the gamified staking game that we're kind of reworking and revamping. You're also gonna be able to use it in to buy into and get paid out from casino style games. There's no US dollar amount attached to these. And then with our strip market that we're developing, going to be able to obtain specific promotions and benefits and discounts based on your strip holdings. So those are the big three right now. Again, we are always have an eye towards regulatory compliance. Like, we're not interested in selling unregistered securities, nor are we interested in kind of breaking the law in any type of way. The IRS, like the SEC, not really the ones to fuck with. So we're gonna do some CYA measures, some cover your ass measures. Is the utility on the website now, man? It's in the roadmap and in the announcement that we posted a couple days ago. The website is not going to be updated with anything until we're able to have our developers on it. Then we're going to kind of release a new website with updated visuals, updated imagery, branding, stuff like that. When is gaming time? I mean, like we were saying, we haven't, we're still kind of waiting. We're expecting things to come in mid next week. So I would say we would start developing mid next week. I do not anticipate the gamified staking game, taking too long. Since it's already pretty operational. I think that it's going to take a little bit longer to develop those casino style games, like card games, stuff like that. But not too long. These are already pre-made games. We need to reskin. So soon, but not that soon. Keep in mind, we haven't really even started developing anything yet. So yeah, staking game. I mean, we have some NFTs to work with in the treasury, but a lot of the funds, a lot of stuff like Phil, which is making it rain on you guys from personal funds, and we don't have that's not really capital efficient moving forward. Yeah.
Not a sustainable model. So
Yeah.
but I think given some of the partnership opportunities that we have, we'll be able to still offer prizes. That'll be pretty sweet. And then, your coin is still going to be valuable. And then, as you have that marketplace, once we get that running, there's going to be like a incentive to be winning and earning as much strip coin as you can.
Yep. Five ETH will probably not be the prize for a winning club. Yeah, probably not. But like Kyle was saying, we really think that this utility that we're going to be releasing through the marketplace, these offerings are going to be worth substantially more than that. And you're only going to be able to get these discounts and promotions by holding strip. So.
Zero utility.
Yeah, zero utility, just like how it's always been for strip coin, right, guys?
Eric, I want to know what cigar you're smoking there. You might have to get like a strip branded cigar line. I'd be down with that.
Yeah, that's the other thing. The group we're working with here that's providing the operational capital for us, we're working with the VC guys. These guys are part of an ownership group with hotels, clubs, all these other type of utility items that I've been saying that we're going to bring in here. So everyone's kind of mutually incentivized to provide this utility and this value. So we're super stoked for that. Some of the other connections that we have in place, like Kyle was saying, maybe you'll have a strip cigar line coming. Some wine, some of these other things. In my law practice, I manage and this is not going to be a utility here that we're able to do cross-border utility. But, I got a lot of connections to cannabis groups. I know that's a thing in Vegas now. So, see now we can intertwine this as specific utility without slapping a dollar amount or an LP to this coin. Yeah, so regarding the Champ and Snoop Dogg shit, like anything that the other team did is a dub now, like period. And I don't really know any of this type of shit. Champ and Snoop Dogg, that shit is, I have no idea what's going on with that. We got some assets that have the guy's name on it, but like the other team didn't deliver on those, and that was their promise and their kind of goal. So as it stands right now, no, we don't really have any type of integration with that. If we got the assets, we could do something with that, I guess. But
yeah, I'd consider that one just dead.
what are the assets like with social media assets, like a video and stuff, like hype videos, that type of stuff? And then I'm pretty sure there's a bunch of like building assets for Sandbox that that are never going to be able to be deployed. So. Or they will be deployed. We're just waiting. Whenever they go mainnet on, or whenever they open up Sandbox, we'll have a bunch of shit we'll be able to throw at the wall and see what sticks with that. But I wouldn't hold your breath for that type of stuff, man.
Is the Sandbox land even worth anything right now?
I sold some Sandbox land for a little more than an ETH, like I don't know, a month ago. The other thing we're
All right.
exploring. Sorry, what was that called?
No, I was just breaking the silence because I hate silence.
You I was thinking the only way we'd be able to really monetize these casino games is by having a license, and that's like 650K or 600K with a Curacao license. Um,
Yeah, I mean, we're very closely monitoring the gambling opportunities for sure, especially given the, the group in Vegas that has a number of connections. So if there is the ability for us to enter that market legally, um, then we'll definitely be exploring it.
yeah, absolutely. I was part of the group that was able to obtain the license for Sol Casino, which is the first Solana on-chain casino, and I was the lawyer for that group to obtain the license. So I have experience doing this in the past as well. And that's the most profitable Web3 casino, period.
Coin flip, strip flip.
Strip flip. Yeah, yeah. That's a secret roadmap item that we're gonna surprise you
Oh,
guys with. So we're really close with the DJ and coin flip people, really close with the gold bar game people, really close with a lot of these utilities, like coin flip utilities, crash game utilities. They've developed this stuff in the past for some of our other projects. We're also large investors in the projects themselves, to the point where they will create white label solutions for us if we engage. And so we were thinking about doing that, building out CoinFlip for Polygon. As far as I can see, Polyflip is the only one there, and they're just like non-responsive, and it's kind of like a set and forget situation. So I think there's an opportunity to be the best and the biggest on the chain as well. In addition to having the kind of the best game, there's just really low competition right now. More competition on other chains like emerging L1s, but nothing really like this natively on Polygon. Stripcoin is didn't he just send? Didn't you just tip somebody else in Stripcoin?
I don't think it's the native strip coin. It's like a
Like old strip, as in the strip chain Stripcoin, is what you're saying. Well, heading to the moon, it's always been worthless, buddy.
I think it's like a Discord token. It's not
Oh, a
actually
Discord
on-chain
economy
token.
token.
Yeah.
Do people use this type of stuff? Like, if you get tipped in Discord Stripcoin, what do you do with that? Did the liquidity get wrecked, or did you guys get rugged?
Oh, it's real crypto? I guess I don't know. First, interesting.
Is there a way to see how much is in? Is there 5 cents in the? Is there 5 cents of liquidity in this? Is that what I'm reading? Hell yeah. We're going to deploy another 5 cent pool. We're going to make it rain, guys. Oh, the minimum. And I know we're like kind of kicking around and kind of brainstorming here. One of the things that we're looking at rebranding here, obviously strip like Las Vegas centric, like nightlife, key to the city style utility pass, strip clubs and StripperVille. Just a small part of what makes Las Vegas, right? Ton of other cool stuff. Sports, like casinos, nightclubs, restaurants, entertainment venues. Usher got a residency out there. So there's just like a lot of other
Golf,
stuff
golf
that is Las
experiences.
Vegas centric that falls outside of the strip, that happens outside of the strip club, that we feel like we'll be able to build up um, the city more or less. And sorry, Kyle.
No, yeah, golf. Like, I think is a big component that we can integrate in here. You know, and that's nationwide, worldwide.
Yeah,
You had an event in Vegas and 4 holos showed.
for sure.
Yeah, and again, like part of this is going to be growing the community and the offering that we present needs to be able to reach a larger audience for sure. So
Yeah. And so, I mean, immediately, let's looking at the roadmap items for things that benefit international people. Obviously, redesign or redeployment for the staking game, the games that are casino style game based, marbles, merch, next generation game development, and strip market, and digital passes. All of these things are going to benefit internationals. So just while we're focusing on uh, Las Vegas centric, there's two sides to the development efforts that we have here, and we definitely have, like, we've learned from the Hungry Robot Chicken Club project that we do that benefits folks it's really New York centric, right? So we do know that creating location centric project is narrow in scope. So taking the flip side there, while you are providing, and hey, look, maybe from Canada, New Jersey, and Connecticut, look, maybe you get flown out to Vegas for events and get flown out for type of stuff like this. One of the other groups that we work with, uh, they send people into poker tournaments every year in Las Vegas. So we're definitely going to integrate with them. We're already kind of developing, yeah, poker tournaments. And we're already integrating like StripperVille or the rebranded Strip logo on the shirt. And if you think the guy makes it to the second or third round, he'll be on ESPN. You'll be able to see the logo on the shirt.
we got girls in the chat. I know there's a poker pro out here in Los Angeles, and he's actually big into crypto and game theory, and I think he launched a D&D collection. But I should hit him up, have him come play.
Yeah, for sure. Is it Garrett Adelstein? Adelstein?
Nope.
Just see
Jay.
what Eric is saying.
Oh, Jay Rosenkrantz. Oh yeah, I saw
Nice.
that video. That was fucking hilarious.
Yeah, I don't know. That Chat Medici, I don't like, whatever, man. A lot of these people are just like, they pop up when the bull market is around, and then when the bear market hits, they just dip. Like, you'll never hear from this motherfucker again, bro. Like, yeah, so. Well, you know those people are only out for money, bro. If I see Snoop Dogg's name attached to anything, I'm like, oh, it's a cash grab. That's crazy.
All right, gents, I have to dip, but it's been great to hear TG talk about it all and see your comments.
All right, peace.
Cheers, y'all.
I'll kick it in here another, like, I don't know, 10, 15 minutes. If you answer any questions you guys have. Yeah, I'm one of like 6 in the Visionary Guild. Myself, them two that you just met. 2 guys that are not going to be involved in this project whatsoever. Or 3 guys that are not involved in this project whatsoever. And one of them being Jago. Kind of a big Twitter influencer guy. So and that's how we're able to manage, like, we kind of do this. We're able to manage, everyone has different projects. The most Discord user friendly of the guild members. So I'm going to be in here just chilling, like chopping up with the community, making the announcements, stuff like that. But I'm not doing the hard coding dev stuff, and it's my dev team that does that. So I'm stoked. Some of these guys, in the ownership group that we're working with here, ton of great connections. Not only in Vegas and LA and New York, all over the country. Pretty big VC firm. And we worked with them in the past. So how we were able to work with Kenzie, the Kenzie project. Let's see. I opened up a long, yeah, like yesterday. I was just like feeling like YOLO energy. The market was looking okay. Opened up this little long yesterday, and I am feeling great about that trade. She's just cooking today. Oh, the other thing I want to talk about, guys. Obviously, we all have shared interest here in strippers, or in Las Vegas nightlife, or in casinos and stuff like that. With regards to some of that, I'm gonna do, like, Z-Ray as our community lead. We're gonna prune this Discord. There's a shitload of channels in here that are not needed, and so we're gonna prune it down, a little more streamlined. But some of the things I want to ask you guys about, like, are you guys are we trading crypto in here? Are we trading NFTs in here? Like, should I bring in the alpha bots, the trader bots? Like, should I bring in all this type of shit? Do we not need it? Alpha calls. Like, I get giveaways every single day for NFT giveaways, crypto IDO participation through the VC guys and through some of the other venture clubs I work with in Web3. Like, should I bring all this? Do you guys want this type of, will it be used? Just something to think about, because I trade NFTs every single day. Like, I also have my law practice, but I'm also a trader and I trade crypto. So hey, but it goes both ways. Burger man, I've been doing like degen like plays only, these ETH degen plays. Like, I made a bag off these honks the other day, and that shit was free mint. Went to 0.1. So if you start with 0.1 in there, you can pretty much degen mint your way up to an ETH pretty quickly. And the market's been cooking the past couple weeks. Especially with all these like burn to receive Ponzi's that are happening again. Good money on that. Yeah, I think it's something to always remember, man. I have trouble doing this too. Is like when the price, like it'll be free and it'll go to point one. And I'll be like, damn, if it goes to point two, that'd be crazy. And it just never, it'll just go back to zero. I'm like, fuck, should have taken profit, you know. So definitely have been trigger happy. It's burned me in the past. Like I sold a Milady for like 1.2 ETH like last week, and it went to like 1.5 or 1.6 and left a little meat on the bone there. But at the end of the day, it was like an over an ETH profit, so I'll take it. Can't be too greedy. If you don't take profit, someone else will. Yeah, exactly. You get it's called getting dumped on by. It's called dumping on bozos, baby. Let's go. Buffalo's burn to receive. Some of these like additions pieces like have been doing a thing where like you can mint 2 or 3 or 5 of the edition and then burn them to receive the next edition. That's kind of the burn to receive Ponzi. Yeah. Like LASCAUX Lasco was the guy who did it like last, I want to say early January, and people were feasting off that. And same thing with the checks, because the checks, the open Pepe editions, all those printed. Oh, one thing I'm pretty stoked about with this project is OG status. Y'all been around for a minute. I actually minted this project back in the day. One of the first NFTs I minted was the original StripperVille project. I minted marbles. See, I've been around in this community too for a little while, just observing passively. And then when we had this meeting, we had this conversation, chopping it up. It's like, oh, yeah, StripperVille project. I'm like, damn, that's crazy. I really come in full circle here. So I was drawn in initially by the connections that the original team had, and so we're not really. Some of the background connections are still in place. Obviously, the VC guys, from the money guys. But we're kind of doing a rebrand and refreshing of the front man here. Is the play to mint every free NFT? Hey, look, I won't turn down like if it's a free NFT that has like a pretty good amount of hype behind it, like maybe. Don't blindly buy anything. And if it costs you like 0.003 per, it's like really not that crazy. A couple bucks. Like the feet picks, yeah, like that shit went parabolic. But it makes sense, right? It's a funny meme. It's like feet pics, man. Everybody likes that. Is the name of project staying Stripperville? We're still working with the branding guy. We're thinking about changing it to the Strip. Yeah, we're gonna do like we'll do like a reward for staking to get the Strip, but there's no fucking way in hell we're gonna process these airdrops manually anymore. That made no sense to me. Oh yeah, that's what happened though. Then they move them from Minneapolis Lakers to Los Angeles. So yeah, I guess maybe they do that. It's the same. Yeah, so we're gonna do like we're gonna open up a 18 plus section of the server. The fact there's no like nudity or anything in the server is kind of weird. For being a strip project, right? So I don't know about PG-13. Probably like rated R. Maybe not like hardcore NC-17 stuff, but definitely gonna do that. And then like we got the Kenzie Taylor and the porn stars. Like I'm gonna be out in Vegas in the middle of February for one of these events. She's having like a porn star event with a bunch of the Motley models, they're called. That's like a super high end porn talent agency. They help us with marketing and branding stuff for Feels project. And so like our social media page is just like a bunch of porn stars wearing Feel stuff and doing the elixirs and stuff like that. And the token gated content is it's very Howard Stern. Like they have a podcast and then they like test the products afterwards, right? And that type of stuff can't go on YouTube. The beginning part can, but the test needs to be token gated, and so it almost acts as like an OnlyFans just for her and her porn star friends, which is pretty cool, I think. Huge synergy, same VC group behind it, same integrations. So we're definitely gonna leverage that for sure. And maybe you'll be able to get some sexual health and wellness toys and lubricants and stuff on the strip marketplace using StripCoin. Who knows? Yeah, so naughty, PG-13, like either way, I think that the one thing needs to be up. Like, I'll keep it a buck with you guys. The way that women are spoken about in the game, they're like, go outside and smack your bitch and tell her to go back inside. That's just like it's funny. It's not going to happen in the future though. That's really limiting for any type of partner integration and for community stuff. Like, yeah, I know it's GTA style, but it's not GTA, bro. So definitely while we are going to maintain the same level, same stripper energy we got there, I think that the way we're going to focus it, like these porn stars, the porn stars we're working with about women empowerment and stuff like that. So we're going to go a little bit more with that energy. We think that's going to do wonders for expanding the community a little bit, expanding the reach, palatability, and accessibility for people that aren't in the community already. Modernization a little bit of the game. We'll call it that. Yeah, I do. I do wish to modernize it, and same with the guys who are back in the project. There's Kenzie for you. And that Kenzie project is a Polygon project as well, for what it's worth. Any questions, concerns, comments? Just shoot them. Tag me. I don't really care. Let's go. Hey, whatever Phil was trying to do, I'm actually do that. Don't worry. Yeah, for sure. And that was definitely something that was attractive to us. What we were thinking was that they have a lot of interest in the project still. It's like OG status. Like people still talk about it. That's interesting to us. It'll be more of like a reintroduction instead of a fresh intro, which is awesome. Like we already kind of have that provenance in the space, as you could say. Timeline starting on Marble. So I had the guys, yeah, like a second win exactly. We had our Marble Corp guys develop a custom StripperVille Marble racetrack for us. They wanted to get it started already. They wanted to start it 2 weeks ago, and the guy DMs me like every day. He's like, "Hey man, like we're ready. Can we start? Can we start?" And I'm just like not in the business again, people to work unless I can pay them. I hate being in debt to people. and that's kind of like stopping me from telling the guys to start working already. So I'd say probably by next week or the week after, but definitely within January, because well, as the minute that we get paid, they get paid, they start working. That's just how it's going to work. How have we avoided all the scam and bad actors? I like, uh, you know, I, I guess for me personally, or me as a project, I don't really know. Um, there's always bad actors and scammers in the space. I don't work with people unless I know them personally. That's why I'm flying out to Las Vegas. The guys from Visionary, we've all known each other for 30 years at this point. So there's a lot of trust there. All the developers I know, I've met personally. Um, and then I'm also like an educator. So I most recently like I don't know if you guys know who Arthur Hayes is. He's a big crypto guy. He has a thing called R Wallet, and like I was most recently teaching crypto best practices to a bunch of high school kids in New York City, like New York City public school kids, and it was funded by the city, funded by Arthur Hayes. I also like manage a private financial social club based here in New York called the Blacklist, and I am the Web3 director, and so it's all about education, onboarding, uh, best practices, safety tips, stuff like that. So I just do this professionally. It's how I provide. That's how I protect myself, and it flows into our best practices as an entity, as a business. Proud to say I've never been like rugged or hacked or any of that type of stuff. Visionary's been developing since 2021. Um, I've been doing stuff privately before then. My development team has been working for about 6 years or 5, 6 years. So been doing this for a little while. We also have like aside from the things we listed, I have like a fully functional play to earn game called Solo Fox that we developed. It's a side scroller. It's like Maple Story, the game, but on chain. They have pet system. They have a playable battle system game. And they have PvP they're developing and like a social town hub 2D kind of metaverse. We have our hands in a lot of pots, a lot of different utilities, a lot of different developments, and like someone's earlier said like no Solana. It's like funny, I have never even typed the word Solana in this chat. The reason we got Solana profile pictures is because we're like pretty well known over there. We started our project Visionary over there. One of our members, Jago, is like a huge influencer style guy over there on Solana. And so we have like direct access to the biggest names in the space, and we're able to leverage those for kind of exposure, you know. Like the biggest marketplace on Solana, Magic Eden, just integrated Polygon NFTs and ETH NFTs, and we were the first people to be featured on their website. Like, and StripperVille is going to be too. Like, and it's just because we have connections with these guys. I came up with them. The guys that own that protocol, like Chartfu and all them, I'm just buddy. Like, we're just friends. Met him a handful of times. Get drunk with him every time he comes to New York. So yeah, we definitely have a ton of connections over there. But like I said, I'm in the mind that we are multi-chain. Oh yeah, and I got early access codes to the ETH and Polygon as well there. Baba through Phantom. Like I know the guys that like founded that. You know, we're kind of whatever. We're in there. We're super in there, guys. And then Kyle is like works on ETH projects separately before Visionary. One of those being like Fringe Drifters. They built Fringe built like had a movie with the guy who there's like a film 3 movie with the guy who's played the Mandalorian was the main character. So Pablo Summer now. Yeah, Pascal. And we got another project waiting lined up that we're going to launch soon called Girl in the Red Cape. We have the main voiceover actor is Lance Reddick from The Wire. And the screenwriter is this guy. The screenwriter is Zach Stentz, who wrote Thor and X-Men First Class. He did the screenwriting for it. Lance Reddick, the narrator, and then Stuzor, who is like a pretty well-known ETH artist. He did all the visuals, and it's like a playable kind of metaverse story game. We're just waiting for the market conditions to turn around. That's like a Hollywood-style project. Don't be surprised for a soul. Hey, don't be too far in your echo chamber, man. Everything's pumping, and strength-based approach, right? Obviously, Ethereum great. No one using Ethereum to play games. Polygon cool, but there's no community there. No one's using Polygon to trade NFTs. The most traded NFT on Polygon is Donald Trump card, which, don't get me wrong, I made like 5 or 6 ETHs minting those and dumping those on people. But there's strengths and weaknesses each blockchain has, and well, Utes is going to be the number one. It makes sense for them. And I'm a big Ute holder too. They're going to be number one on that chain. And if like projects like Starbucks and Reddit are using Polygon NFTs as an on-ramp for their existing customer bases, those are going to be the first. Utes are going to be the first NFTs that they're exposed to, right, in the ecosystem. So I think that goes a long way for their marketing and viability. They're just like a number 2 or number 3 project on Solana. So I think it's ridiculous the way he did it, like demanding money to go over there. I think it's stupid, but it's not even that much, 3 million. But those type of guys are like all hype, no substance. We're kind of we're kind of the opposite of that. And with the guys that we're doing, like the social media thing, like the previous team really put a lot of resources towards managing the social media accounts, but no resources to developing the actual meat and potatoes of the project. So it was just hype, and they never delivered. And that's fucked. Like, I'd be pissed. And so we're not like the big hype machine that never develops anything. Like I was saying in the chat earlier, the best marketing we could ever have is having a great product. And so let's make that great product. Yeah, Baba, them and some of the other guys are tied in with market makers, and Magic Eden is market making, and some of the other like Jump Crypto are NFT market makers. And so they don't need any money. They have like $40 million in their coffer. So they're good. Any other questions we got going on in here? What's up? Anything about me? I spent the last like 2 weeks in here, y'all. Everyone's getting mad at everything. So what's up? Now no one wants to get mad when I'm talking on the mic. Let's go. How often, when things are going, will there be updates? I don't know, maybe once a week. Again, like I'm not trying to do like hype announcements where there's not like, we'll announce stuff at important junctures. I'm not going to do like, hey guys, happy Friday. There's no update. Like, have a good weekend. I'll just pop in the stripper chat. I'll hang out with you guys for a little bit instead. It's not really, or I'll make an update and I won't tag everybody. And so people can get mad about that I'm not tagging people. Development or updates and certain things. Yeah, for sure. I mean, when we start development, I'll be meeting with my guys on a bi-weekly basis for the dev team. Obviously, I oversee it and I oversee the work that they do. So keep you guys updated. I don't think doing developer notes on a daily basis is efficient for anybody, but I'd say like once or twice a week you get development notes. Yeah, yeah. So I can't tell the development guys to get to work and start building something without any type of deposit or upfront capital. That's just not how we work with each other. And like, yeah, no questions after the AMA. Um, so yeah, we've also like have been around the block and we've been yoinked before, and like we've had people say like, "Hey, you're taking over the project, start doing work," and then they just never pay us, and now we're fucked. Now we're the bad guys that are starting the handoff without anything. Like, um, so yeah, I'm not gonna have them do anything because I'm not gonna go out of pocket for this. Yeah. And regarding funds, like we're asking for like we're very lean with how we want to do things. Our development costs, like we said before, there's no treasury. I don't know what the fuck happened there. Um, I just came into the picture like a couple months ago here through a VC connection that wanted us to take over the project. Phil and them wanted to step down. They said everything decimated. We got nothing. I said, all right, cool. Yeah, that's right. Old man NFC, that's correct. Can only go up. And I think with everyone's feedback, like some of the stuff we've been hearing in the advisory board, as well as in this chat, the stripper chat, great insight into how you guys feel about the products, the projects, the shortcomings, what we should double down on, that type of stuff. I mean, all this context is super important and helps color in the picture for us. Mayor, if your question's about me shouting out Stripper Pro Wrestling, bro, I did that already, man. I think you missed it. But yeah, and like Z-Ray is part of that operational budget. So we're gonna have like a full-time community lead in here to work with Baba and Trout. And Z-Ray goaded. He's gonna handle some of the social media stuff. He's gonna handle. I mean, you guys do like have a good system in here already with different events and activities and games. So, but it won't hurt to have another guy in here, kind of be boots on the ground. That will help with our because I check in with Z-Ray all the time on other matters, and so it'd be nice to just have another open line of communication there. Yeah, we're not going to burn any of the existing assets. No reason. But we have the previous team developed like a full set of voxelized stripper NFTs that are rigged for like 3D animation and stuff like that, and metaverse integration. So yeah, we're gonna like explore what that looks like. I think launching like there's no way in hell we'll sell at a 10K collection if we just try to like hype it up and try to sell it. Like it's not gonna happen. So I need to find like some real good utility offerings that are going to help actually expand the community. And maybe that's not even a myth. Maybe that's like the way we're thinking about it is if we like we use the phygital pass as an example. Like we're selling physical membership cards that come with an NFT attached to it. Uh, like it's not really like a mint, right? It's like you're selling a product. Um, yeah, and much to that point too, using those rigged assets in games. Um, Yeah, I was under the impression it's 10K, 10K or 6K. It is way too much. For I think on active, there's probably like 30 people that actively use or actively participate in the community. So I think we need to crank that number up like 10x before we think about selling any type of additional mint. And like I'm not interested in cash grabbing from the community. So that was our big thing we're tasked with was like, let's make this a profitable venture, like a profitable endeavor and a profitable project, because then we could be self-sufficient, right? Before you're just burning through money. I was looking at the like expenditure sheet for the past year, and there's a lot of things that the team was doing that need to be reworked in order to uh, ensure that the project is able to still do things going forward. And so you're going to see a change in how we do things. You're going to see a change in frequency a little bit. I'm still going to keep you guys updated in the Discord. It's not really a problem, but I'm not going to like contract out a professional marketing firm to do any type of social media hype. Not at least until we get to a point where we are ramping up to sell a new collection or we are ramping up to expand the community. Then obviously that stuff becomes necessary. But until then, it's just kind of wasteful, I think. Um, I just chill up here for a couple more minutes. If anyone got any questions or anything, shoot them. But aside from that, I mean, I feel like I covered a lot of ground. Oh, and also, guys, any type of recommendations, feedback type of stuff. I'm not gonna get like, I don't want to sound brash or anything, but I'm not here. I'm not like asking for permission to do stuff. But if you guys have any feedback or anything, things you want to see done, like no guarantees that we're gonna make that happen. But like, I love hearing feedback, and I love diverse marketplace of ideas. I think that makes all of us sharper. So if you're able to share the way you feel about stuff, I don't want to like guarantee that we'll make changes to accommodate your beliefs and your feelings, but they will definitely be taken into consideration. And then it just allows us, it paints a better picture for us, allows us to move in a way that is more considerate. So, hey, if you're competitive gaming, the project as it stands before was not, was probably not cutting it for you there, but it's impossible. We're never going to see in the NFT space until I think Swee's gonna handle this actually, but um, you're not going to get AAA gaming experience from any of these places because it costs like it costs millions and millions and millions of dollars to build this type of shit, and no one has that liquidity. So one thing that my team did develop, the back office did develop, was Megaverse, Megaverse. It's an interoperable metaverse, um, VR, AR experience. Did a really great job of building that out. The guy that they built it out for went and raised like 100 million or something on it from Dubai, and he's tied in with with Dubai government agencies out there. So we definitely have, and I wouldn't call it a AAA gaming experience. It's more like a GTA metaverse style game, but it's a good jumping off point. So we definitely have some stuff there. Yeah, Fizzidigital is I think take the SI out of there is how at least I've seen it. Um, yeah, for ladies for sure. Not just going to be out here making men's clothes. Going to have women options for sure. And yeah, we won't be making these like we'll be working with a provider. We like have connections with groups that do this type of stuff on a like I guess they do it professionally. It's kind of what their business is. And so we're going to do some integrations with them, partnership, collaboration, stuff like that. Oh, and the other perk, I guess one thing to talk about is uh we are an official vendor for Dentsu, which is like the biggest marketing and advertising agency in Japan. It's like the fifth largest one in the world. We are a service provider for them for metaverse stuff, and so that helps with our marketing as well, marketing endeavors. Just getting in front of the right people. Yeah, yeah. Branding is the absolute first thing that we need to do, and it's not going to take too long. We got some guys from there, from Rosewood Creatives. One of our marketing and branding guys won a Cannes Award, the Cannes Film Festival Award for his marketing efforts for Beats by Dre. He did the Beats by Dre commercials that won a Cannes Award. I have no. Is that? Did you just make that up, Eric? Like about people going to Vegas and getting airdrop voxels? I have no idea. What happens to the strip coin that we have on Strip Chain, our MetaMask wallet? We're working with Blockwell to create like to build the bridge back, or to build the bridge directly to Polygon. We're going to transfer the coin assets over there too. Yeah, when we cross the bridge to the voxel thing, there's 4 people. We'll take care of you. Don't worry. Yeah, for sure. The assets, the NFT assets, are going to bridge over too. But I would keep your like the assets that you want to use in the gamified staking game itself. They're going to be on Polygon, but the majority of the buying and selling happens on ETH mainnet. Hey, how about this, guys? You can use your tickets when they open up Sandbox. When they open the Champ Medici Snoop Dogg Club in Sandbox, you can use the tickets for free entry. How about that? Just a joke. Yeah. But no, that's a good point. I'll definitely make a note of that and remember when it comes time for either an airdrop or some type of redemption. Guys, we're going to see 1750 ETH today. No, I would just hang tight until we release an actual announcement on the, because we'll release like an actual announcement, graphic, how to, that type of shit. Because it might be on Blackwell, it might not be, you know. Blackwell guy's a pretty cool guy. Nice guy. And OG as well. He was out here, he was chopping it up, trying to tell me about some 2016 hack that happened. I was like, damn, I kind of remember that. It's crazy. The benefits are that it's a no-code solution that allows anybody, like a business owner, to change parameters of a smart contract without knowing any code. That's the benefit, right? The downside is that like if I can't use any I have to use like Blockwell's native block explorer to find stuff, and then it's a centralized entity that I need to go through if I want support. So those are the downsides. I'm not big on like if like the Blackwell dev team dies in a plane crash, everything's fucked, right? That seems like a risk for a project. So that's why I kind of want to move away from it as well. But it's good for like if you don't like we have developers. Oh yeah, we'll take the train actually. That's safer. But like we have a dev team that's going to be able to amend the smart contract whenever we need them to. So we don't have that same liability, I guess. But that said, I mean, we're still in talks with trying to figure out whether or not they can. It seems that we can deploy the game on Polygon from Blackwell, and we're like just we're sort of going to figure out whether or not we think it's the best for that. Really, what it comes down to is turnaround time for the developers, and how frequently we need to change the parameters of the smart contract that's hosting the game. So, like, if we want to do a thing that's on a bi-weekly basis or a weekly basis that changes either emission rates or changes game mechanics, then like maybe we'll do that, right? Maybe we will stay with Blackwell. How many team members are no low pro code? We got 45 full-time code developers on our team. From the founding umbrella group in Visionary, the 6 of us, 2 of us are like low code people. None of us are pros. We bought another guy named Garrett or Grant, who works with Fringe and Non-Fungible Films. He's their main smart contract dev, and we have a lot of connections there as well. He's going to oversee some of the development efforts for the project. I'm stoked to be able to soon. We'll be able to go on Stripper Marketplace, connect my wallet, redeem a free weekend stay at the MGM Grand Hotel in Las Vegas, and then use some of my strip coins to get a free table. I'm stoked for that. How about AC? Hey, I'm here in New York, so AC a little closer, man. I would prefer that actually. But all the plugs we got here in Vegas. So if you got any plugs down at AC, someone that's a casino owner, hotel owner, landowner, let me know, man. Put us in contact. Be able to iron something out. We have a really, really great BD team, and that's definitely one of our strengths. Yeah, yeah, you know it happens, man. Every time I do an AMA, all the wallet watchers, all the bankers, the hedge fund guys, they rush to get it to enter the market. Yeah. Yeah, I'm disconnected from my VPN right now because it fucks with my voice quality and like latency when I use Discord. but I got a couple of positions open right now. Seems like I'm in the green. Yeah, for sure. And I'll catch up like Z-Ray and I'll catch up some of the other guys on who we covered, any type of questions, type of shit. Be good to go. We'll be sure to keep you guys posted too on what the affected or what the status is of our development efforts. Like we said, I've been here like we're a service provider, like we're here to do a job, and our hands are tied until we have access to this stuff. On the other point, guys, I'm not here to fuck around. I don't really shitpost. If I'm saying something, make sure you read it. That's probably alpha. So that goes for my announcements and the graphics posted as well. Yeah, cool. I mean, if no one else has any questions, gonna jump off here. I've been doing this for about an hour 45 now. Hopefully I answered everyone's questions, gave some insight into our thought process, what we're doing, the things we do, who we are, our intentions, stuff like that. Super accessible, always on Discord. And so just ping me anytime you want to talk. Yeah, 2 hours. Come on. It's like it's a drop of water in the bucket. We're going to spend a lot more time together over the next couple of years. So. And then yeah, I'll start working on integrating in some type of crypto and NFT based utility here for any type of traders and flippers. I think the way we need to look at this is like literally free money to reinvest back into the project. Like if we're minting this stuff together, we're able to dump on people and reinvest a little bit back into StripperVille by buying some of the NFTs and the assets. I mean, that's always the goal, right? All right, guys, I'm gonna jump off. Like I was saying, just ping me if you got any questions or anything like that, and yeah, we'll talk soon. Have a good weekend, everybody.